Hey, what's going on, guys? So today I'm talking about making Mississippi pot roast. So this is going to be the maybe fourth time I've had this. I just threw everything in the crock pot. I figured I'd share this on camera. Not necessarily like a big cooking video. That takes absolutely no skill. There are only a few ingredients in here. There is one chuck roast. This happens to be a 3-pound chuck roast. Obviously you can, size this to however many people are eating it. And you can look this up online, by the way. Just find a recipe for Mississippi pot roast. I'm telling you, if you like regular pot roast, this will blow your socks off. This is, to date, the best version of pot roast I've ever had in my life. So we have a 3-pound chuck roast. We have a half a stick of butter. We have 1 packet of ranch dressing, all right, just the powder, obviously the seasoning packet. 1 packet of au jus mix, all right, which is like a meat gravy type thing, if you haven't seen that before. A half a cup of pepperochini juice and 13 pepperoncinis. Okay, this is the big secret for this guy. These pepperoncini, which are very Italian peppers, all right, you see those a lot of times in any pasta. I mean, I grew up in Jersey and I grew up Italian, so pepperoncinis were part of our life. That is what makes this pot roast. Now, right off the top of your head, you might think, peppers, that's kind of weird, and these are kind of vinegary peppers, and I'm telling you, if you haven't had this before and you like pot roast, you have to try it. So I got this thing set. I will see you 8 to 10 hours from now and this will look completely different. All right, so we are about halfway done. And if you notice, this is a step that I take. You don't have to do this necessarily, but there's a lot of fat in this chuck roast. So what I did was halfway through, I skimmed off a lot of that fat. All right, and I also added a little bit of flour into the juices to create a thicker gravy. Right, so this is something else you don't necessarily have to do, but it's something I always do. So there you go. So I'm gonna I want to mix this up a little bit first, put the lid back on, and we're gonna cook this the rest of the way. I'll show you what it looks like when we're all done. All right, so we are almost done here. Obviously you want to stick a fork in this, give it a little twist. If your meat is falling apart like that, all right, you are good to go. So I'm going to take another fork, pull all the meat apart, kind of shred it up like you're making pulled pork or something like that, and mix everything together. Let this cool a little bit. In the meantime, probably roast a little potatoes or maybe make some mashed potatoes on the side, and we're going to give this a little taste test. So I'll be back for that. All right, guys, so it is all done here, looking good. A little unrelated, but I kept getting ads for this thing all over Instagram. This is the pepper cannon. This thing is ridiculous in every sense of the word. I'll probably do a separate video on it in the future, but I'm gonna add a little pepper to my mashed potatoes there. But yeah, if you've seen this ad, let me know, because it was literally pushed on me for weeks and weeks and weeks, and I had to kill my curiosity. So perhaps I'll share that with you guys. Maybe if not here, I'll do it on Instagram. But anyway, like a little pepper on my potatoes. So pot roast, super tender. All right, obviously you have the pepperoncinis in here. What I was gonna do is, my wife, she likes the flavor of everything, but she doesn't eat the actual peppers. But if you do like the peppers and you're eating with other people who don't mind them so much, I would come in and just slice them so that you can incorporate them throughout pretty much every bite. Or you can keep them separate like this, doesn't really matter. But I like it, so I'm actually gonna get a little bit of both here. All right, and we'll do a little taste test. Of course, I will edit out the chewing. All right, here we go. Yes, sir. That is the best pot roast I've ever had. And that's saying a lot. Like, my mom makes a banging pot roast that I grew up with. And I've had, been in friends' house and stuff, people making really good pot roasts, and traditionally have, like, maybe some carrots in there and some, boiled potatoes, things like that. But this is just, it's a unique flavor. It's super good. Again, I pulled a lot of that fat out of it so that it's just less calories, but if you left it in there, it would make a lot more gravy and stuff that would pour nicely over the potatoes, but I don't necessarily need that. Just a little bite of each would be just fine. But yeah, just absolutely delicious. So let's try the potatoes, even though it has nothing to do with anything. So there you go. If you haven't tried this recipe, it is absolutely worth trying. There are many different variations on this. Of course, you can let me know down in the comments section if you make this, how you make it. This particular recipe calls for a full stick of butter. I only used a half a stick of butter, and as you saw, I drained off some of the fat. And it's still absolutely delicious. You don't necessarily need all the extra grease and fat and butter. But, you know, you eat it how you like it. I'm not judging. Just obviously you guys know that I'm on a weight loss journey, as they say. So that is something that I have to watch. But just because you're trying to lose weight doesn't mean you have to eat carrots all day or celery or something. This is absolutely delicious. It's all about portion control. So anyway, that is it. Definitely worth checking out. It is phenomenal. My absolute favorite way to have pot roast now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Of course, if you had this, let me know down in the comments section. If you have your own version of it, like I said, you can tell me your alterations you might make to this. As well as if you've never had this before and you do actually make it because of this video, I would love if you send me a message, let me know what you think of it, or just commented on this video, you know, coming back to it. So anyway, that's it. Hopefully you guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see you tomorrow with a brand new video. Take care.